I would probably sort of always urge investors to not only look for size and then go down the scale in terms of well, what's the next big city after number 6 or 7. You get to Cologne and then to probably quite a few cities in the Ruhr area. I would always look for other indicators. And what we quite like are cities that are strongly based on knowledge, that are university towns, that have often a local economic base. And I think we mentioned some of them earlier, like cities like Freiburg and Münster and Mannheim to a certain degree, where these are regions that really stand for high quality of life, for universities, and for strong local economy. So I think the size of those markets does not necessarily matter all that much. If you go out of the big ones, you do get into a different field, and you do need to look at different factors and are faced with different liquidity, but there are certainly that's what's driving us if we look at. So you've got your Freiburgs and Karlsruhes and Mannheim and Münster, and that's places we like a lot for office. Clearly, in terms of the other sectors, I mean, it's a completely different game anyway, and you'll find plenty of good retail and logistic places all across Germany. You mentioned the blue banana being turned. That has opened up interesting areas that had not been really considered for those sectors before.
Good. Okay. Anything from you, Ignaz? Particular favourites? Maybe one or two.
I mean, most of the cities have been mentioned. At the end of the day, I think it's obvious. It's the mix in a portfolio which gives you security, a long-term vision, and a good return. So what I said before, I would not only invest in the prime cities. Of course, if you want to have higher returns, you also need to look into cities like Essen, Dortmund, Mannheim, Karlsruhe, Nürnberg, Freiburg, and also in some cities in the new countries, we say, in the eastern parts like Dresden and Leipzig. There for sure there are possibilities, but when you are looking in secondary locations, as mentioned before, then you have to take more time, and you have to have at least a midterm vision for these assets.